All right, we're going to crack the code on a language you probably hear every single day, but maybe you're not totally fluent in it. I'm talking about corporate jargon. We're going to turn all that confusing office speak into a tool that'll give you way more confidence and, honestly, a much bigger impact at work. You ever been in a meeting, just nodding along, but inside your head, you're screaming, what in the world are they even talking about? Yeah, if you've ever felt totally lost in a sea of buzzwords, trust me, you are not alone.
So, first things first, we gotta get fluent in this unique office dialect. Let's start by decoding some of the most common pieces of jargon you're likely to bump into on any given day.
I want you to think of all this jargon as kind of like a key. Once you understand the code, you're not just following the conversation anymore. You're unlocking clearer communication, and you become a way more effective and confident part of the team. Okay, let's start with an absolute classic. Synergy. You've heard it a million times. It's really just used to describe that kind of magical moment when a team clicks and the thing they create together is way, way better than what any one person could have done by themselves.
Next up, bandwidth. When your coworker says, I just don't have the bandwidth for that right now, they're not talking about their internet connection. They're just saying, hey, my plate is totally full, I'm at capacity, and I can't take on one more thing.
These phrases, they're all about controlling the flow of a meeting. So when your manager says, let's circle back to that, it's just a nice way of saying, let's pause this for now and talk about it later. And if a conversation gets way too detailed for the whole group, someone might say, let's take it offline, which just means let's you and I discuss this privately. Oh, and if you get asked to do a deep dive, get ready to put on your detective hat and analyze something inside and out. Okay, check out this classic manager speak. You get 2 for 1 here. Boiling the ocean. That means trying to do something impossible, like taking on a project that's just way too big. So to avoid that, a smart leader might say, let's focus on the low-hanging fruit, which just means, hey, let's tackle the easy stuff first and get some quick wins on the board. Now let's talk about words that are all about results. When you hear things like move the needle or value add, what someone is really asking is this work actually going to make a real difference? And when they ask if an idea is scalable, they're thinking big picture, about future growth. It's all about making an impact.
Okay, so decoding jargon, that's step 1, that's huge. But what about the words that we use every day? In this next section, we're going to focus on leveling up our own language to make a much, much bigger professional impact.
And let me be clear, this is not about using more jargon, just the opposite. It's about making these subtle, really powerful shifts in your everyday language that can totally change how people see you at work. Let's start with a big one. I don't know. It just feels like a dead end in a conversation, right? But if you swap that out with, I'll look into it and get back to you, you instantly go from someone who's uninformed to someone who is proactive, resourceful, and totally reliable. Look, we all make mistakes. It happens. But saying there was an oversight, instead of just, I made a mistake, still takes full ownership, but it sounds so much more professional and less alarming. It shows you've already analyzed the situation calmly.
Oh man, this is a huge one. That's not my job. Sounds so dismissive, right? It just shuts down collaboration. But offering to connect someone with the right person completely changes the game. It shows you're a team player, even when a task isn't on your to-do list.
We're all busy. I get it. But just saying, I'm busy, can come across as pretty abrupt. Instead, try something like, I'm currently tied up, but I'll follow up shortly. It says the same thing, but it does it with respect, and it manages the other person's expectations. This one is so subtle, but it's a game changer for your confidence. Saying I think can sometimes make your statement sound a little weak, but switching to I believe or it appears that sounds so much more assertive. It suggests your opinion is based on some real thought or evidence.
And for our last one, let's add a little polish. No problem is fine, it's casual, but it kind of implies that the request could have been a problem. Switching to certainly or my pleasure is just cleaner, more professional, and really service-oriented.
So, let's wrap this all up. Let's put it all together. We've decoded the jargon, we've upgraded our own phrasing. Now it is time to put your brand new communication toolkit to work. I really want you to remember this. The words you choose matter a lot. They shape how people perceive you, they build relationships, and they can be an incredibly powerful tool for moving your career forward. It's all about being intentional.
So here's your action plan, your 3-step power-up. First, start actively listening for and decoding the jargon around you. Second, challenge yourself to reframe some of your own go-to phrases with these more powerful options we talked about.
And finally, start using this new toolkit to build your credibility and communicate with some real impact.
So, I'm going to leave you with this question to chew on. After everything we've gone over, what is the one small change, the one phrase you are going to consciously upgrade in your very next work conversation? Think about it.